I'm Holly. Most of you know me as Brown Eyes Parker or Holly Golightly 2010. If you're on Twitter, it's Golightly Holly 2. I'm going to answer some of the questions from the Mentalist, ma'am. There's 12 of them, and I wrote them on my notebook. So if I look down, that's why. Okay, the first one is the Mentalist in one word. Mentalist in one word. It's amazing. Amazing is my one word for it. I think the acting and the writing and the chemistry and the casting is amazing. Yeah, amazing is my word. The second one is describe the first time you watched The Mentalist. I first watched The Mentalist in 2009. I went to stay with my grandfather and his wife, and they've been watching it all season, and they wanted to see the season finale because it was a Red John episode, and they thought maybe they'd find out who Red John was, and I thought it was stupid because my dad said it was stupid. My dad is now a fan. Let's put that as a side note. And so my grandfather said just watch the finale with us. And I did, and I wasn't a huge fan, but I wanted to see what happened to Jane and Lisbon after he shot Hardy for her. So I started watching the second season 2 weeks later because my dad was still sending me to bed early, and then I caught him watching it. So my first time was with my grandfather and his wife, my step-grandmother, and I was definitely not really hooked, but I had to find out what happened. My favorite season of The Mentalist is, I don't have a favorite season. They're all fantastic. Season 2 is probably my least favorite of all the seasons, but it's still, it doesn't even, like, none of the seasons are not my favorite. I just love every single season. The fourth question is, what's your favorite episode? My favorite episode is Season 2, Episode 11, Rose-Colored Glasses. It's the episode I show all my friends if I want them to be Jane and Lisbon fans, and Jane and Lisbon are dancing, and they're not dancing like brother and sister, so I wish that the people who say they were brother and sister would go back and watch that episode and basically eat their words. And I never liked More Than Words, the song, until I saw Jane and Lisbon dancing to it, and it's one of the songs that you have to see in the context of something to appreciate, and once I saw them dancing to it, it's my favorite song. It's one of the most played songs on my iPod and iTunes player. My favorite memory from the episode was last season, the season finale, when I have two favorite memories from this episode. The first one was when we got the Lorelai spoiler, and my brother was really disappointed about it. And I'm like, well, there's just one thing to do, so we have to shake it out. So I put Florence in the machine on, and we danced around the kitchen, and we just sang Shake It Out at the top of our lungs. And then the next day, Andrew comes to me and says, I think I need to shake it out again. So we turned on the music again, and we just danced around, and we shook out our feelings about Lorelai. My favorite memory next to that one is watching the season finale. I had initially going in, I known about the Lorelai spoiler, and I was just like dragging my feet to watch it. And then it got to the part in Lisbon's office when he said, I love you. And my dad had told us earlier that night, if you make one sound, I'm shutting the TV off. So me and my sister, we sat next to each other, just clutching each other and making noises in each other's ear. And then at the end of the episode, we look at our dad and say, can we please scream now? And he says, go on. And we just ran around the house screaming like maniacs. We went up into our brother's room, and we were jumping on his bed and screaming and hugging each other. And it was a high we were on for weeks. And it was a high that, yeah, we're still on every time we think about it. Then the next question is, how has The Mentalist changed your life? The Mentalist has changed my life with all the people I've gotten to know on Twitter and on fan forums and fan fiction, and it's also made me a better writer because I didn't start writing fan fiction seriously until The Mentalist, and because I've had so many people read my stories and tell me what they think, it's made me a better writer because I've wanted to take the changes that they've suggested and use them for good. So that's how it's impacted my life, the people that I've met, and the way, like, how we always were there for each other, wish each other happy birthday and Merry Christmas, and it's just amazing. Lisbon or Van Pelt? It's definitely Lisbon. She's gorgeous. She puts up with Jane. She's amazing. She's such a bad A. It's not even funny. And then the next one is Cho or Rigsby. Definitely Cho. He's hysterical, without like being obviously hysterical, tripping and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's not oafish. I love you, Rigsby, but Cho is just cool and calm and collected, and I just love that. If I could be any character, which character would I want to be? I'd want to be Lisbon. I mean, it doesn't hurt that she gets to work with Jane every single day. It doesn't hurt that people respect her because she's amazing. And she hasn't let anything in her past define her, and I just love that about her. I'd definitely be Lisbon. If I could meet Patrick Jane, what would I say? That he has to stop letting his past define him. That he's not the con man psychic that he was when he was a little boy or a teenager or a young man. That he's respectable now, that people respect him and love him, and he just needs to get his head out of the sand and realize that, and that he needs to stop labeling himself and move forward, and that he needs to move on with his life. I mean, if him and Angela had gotten divorced, I think that she would be telling him, Jane, I found someone new, because I'm pretty sure that she would, and it's your time to find somebody new too. Why don't you do Lisbon? I mean, come on. That's what I would say to him. Who do I think Red John is? This is something that we've talked about in length at our dinner table. And it's kind of cliche, but I think that me and my family agree it's like a Darth Vader thing. Luke, I am your father. And I would totally think it's Patrick's father. It would make so much sense, but it wouldn't at the same time. Like, why would you kill your daughter-in-law and father and granddaughter? Why would you want to torture your son that way? But I just like the cliche-ness of it all. I like the Darth Vader theory. Or Bertram. Just Bertram rubs me the wrong way. And the whole William Blake thing hitting on Lisbon, trying to cover up my tracks, kind of, the whole thing, it just annoys me. And I think that it could be Bertram or Red John or Jane. The final question is, how do I want the show to end? I want the show to end with Jane and Lisbon getting together. That's all. I don't want it just to be some quick, frantic, 5-second kiss. I would like a couple episode build-up. I mean, like, this whole season has been a build-up, but I definitely want Endgame is Jisbin. Excuse me for the couple mashed-up name, but it's definitely Jane and Lisbon, and I just, that's what I want. That's how I want it to end. I have several scenarios in my head. All of them include Jane and Lisbon epically making out. That's all. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to hearing your answers. Have a good day. Bye.